I made a combo box PvP and I'm going to show you how to make something similar within this video. Most box PvPs are 7x7, so that's what we have here to start off our box. A very simple design, just normal wood, and then we have all the barriers on the inside here, and there's 16 players, so obviously you can see that we have the spawn pads and then the barriers surrounding everybody, and after that the timer for each barrier gets disabled after, I'm pretty sure, the 5 seconds. That timer is for the mutator zone, not really needed, but I thought it would help out. Then we have all the devices over here. That is pretty confusing if you don't know what you're talking about. As well, mine is not perfect here, but I'll go over it quickly. We have a random number generator, so what this does, after one person has spawned, so there's 16 of these for each spawn pad connected to a different one. So say if player 1 spawned like, you know, in here, then obviously from them spawning is going to trigger this number generator, and it's going to pick a random number. As you can see, these little lines in between here, not these big ones, this small one. Then it's going to pick one of these triggers, forget everything else, just the trigger, and pretty much all it's going to do is select that one, change the player to that class. So for this one is double damage, and with that they get their weapons by the item granter. As you can see here, I have a signal remote device and that's connected up, also with a HUD as well, or HUD, and then this here obviously has the combo damage, and on that button that they press, then they get the damage, which is pretty cool, and they can use it as many times as they want, however long the match is, and also if it's 15 seconds I think cooldown time. And then the same for the health, is pretty much the same thing with the class designer, that is just matched with the class health, which is the class slot 3, and we have the health as 400 like that. But actually I do need to do, I think the movement needs to come down, because obviously more health, you want to be a bit slower. As simple as that, maybe like 0.4, I don't really know. What is it normally set at? 1, so maybe 0. Or maybe half it, 0.5. I think it should be slow enough. Then we have the speed, obviously the opposite. We go to movement and whack up to 2. Then for the mythic loot, we have everything that is all mythic. Again with the fly, we could do that again, the class designer, and so on and so on. The exploding device is pretty much very simple, has a remote control device, and it's connected up to this explosion device here, and then obviously they can trigger that, which is pretty cool. Very simple stuff. And then it gets onto some of the confusing that I haven't done. Now the coding stuff is quite confusing. I didn't do any of this, but Dragon Rage, I'm pretty sure is his name on Twitter, he done all of this for me, which is amazing. We've got teleportation, I'll show you how that works in a minute. The aimbot, also the freeze power when you get shot with a, like the Desert Eagle there, and then you have invisibility when you're holding the key card. I've seen this in a lot of maps and it's pretty cool. And then obviously we've just copied these across, and we've got the triggers, so every time a different player, this is player 1, player 2 for example, triggers this one, then obviously they can get a random ability and they change to this class pretty much. Hopefully I've explained it kind of well. I haven't gone into complete details. Then we have the XP and all of that people can get by like headshots, eliminations, and all of that good stuff. Now the fun bit begins. A lot of box fight maps have their normal 7x7 layout, so I thought I'd do the same with some glass windows. I don't think that's anything new, but what I've decided to do, because it's going to be combo related, but here we go, we got like different kind of combos, and they're animated as well, which is pretty cool. So we have this one like a jungle biome, then we have like an ice biome over here, a lava, and then just a normal like grassy terrain kind of biome. And you can see very small areas surrounding where people are looking, but I think it's pretty cool. So when we go into a game, you'll be able to see all the combos moving. And we even have the mini combo, baby combo here. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's time that we actually do go into a game and test it all out. Right, I've added in my other account, so we can actually go and test everything now. So the game should start straight away. There we go. And we've got the flying ability, which is pretty cool. So I'm able to fly. And then my other one has the 400 health and slow, so he's moving really slow, but he has 400 health. Even sprinting's quite slow. That's pretty cool. The flying one, you've probably seen these all before, but a good thing to see that we can actually see all the combos here through the glass, so people should know that they obviously can't go out there or break the glass, which is pretty cool. The only other thing that they can build out there, which is kind of annoying, I don't really know how to stop that. Yeah, I can already build out there, look. That's not to worry. Then we have the ice combos, that's pretty cool. And the fire one. So I'm glad that I have made it quite a small area, because the storm is going to block off a lot of it that you can see. Right, now we got the speed. There we go. We got the speed. Look at that. Very fast. Let's try another one. Okay, this is pretty cool. When we actually have aimbot here this time, as you can see, my aim automatically goes onto the character, but then we have like this weird view, I guess, which is needed for the aimbot. But you can see like it just sticks to the player. The only problem is I think that it actually has a range to it, and also when you have this ability, you're not able to build either. There we go, double damage. So the other player here actually has a pretty cool one. If I go over to their one, if they hold this key card, look, they're invisible. I can see the key card. I obviously can't see where the player's actually gone. That is pretty cool. And if I have double damage, I pop this. We get the double damage. Oops. Wrong weapon. Now we've got another pretty cool one. We can able to teleport behind a player. It might even teleport us behind ourselves because that is actually in the code, I'm pretty sure. So like I'm counted as a player to teleport behind, but we'll see. So if I run over here, let's say I've like boxed myself in, blah blah blah, all the other players boxed in. Click that, boom. Look how cool that is. Let me know what you think in the comments, by the way, about this map. I know I'm probably a bit late to the train of the box fights, but I think it's a pretty cool one, especially that we have these little windows that we can look out of instead of it just being a 7x7 box pretty much. So the code is going to be on screen right now, and hope you enjoy. As you probably know, box fight is such a huge thing at the minute. It's the biggest trend on Fortnite probably that gets the most players at the moment. As well, it's a Monday start of the week, so the players aren't going to be crazy, and it's a morning right now in the UK. But we can see some crazy maps here, like we got the ultimate box fight with crazy 50 abilities. That is actually nuts. The mini game one. So look at the players. Even though it's early morning right now, players are hardly on. It's like pretty much just all European at the minute, and these box fight maps are still doing crazy well. Like you'll probably see a lot of these on a weekend, up to like 50k, some of them 20k players. But there are some crazy ones here. Like we have the Peter Griffin one, the footballer, box PvP. We have the president one. Like what is this? Hopefully it's in TOS so I don't get it taken down, but so far these are pretty insane, and a lot of them are against TOS, so this is going to be interesting.